we're live. Hello everyone, how's it going? Hope you're doing well this Sunday. We're going to be revealing the mega base soon. I also I want to give it a minute or two to make sure everybody like hops in before the base is revealed. Hopefully my computer can handle the shaders that are going on here. It's a little bit rough, but I do like this. So the BSL with the border shaders that Ryan was talking to me about. Quite nice. It's raining right now too. I like the mood. Kind of eerie as we start. Boggy, perfect for the ocean. I think you'd see in the these horror movies. Fog kind of rolls in. What could be lurking here? In the depths of the ocean? We will soon find out. Yeah, atmospheric. I've been working on this project for, I think, since the start of December. Actually, maybe it was before December, November. And it's already May. So, almost about 6 months. Of course, it's more been on and off because it wasn't working on it super hard for a little while. Interest kind of drops off, ebbs and wanes as things go, especially when I was trying to clear the area, clear that giant plot, dig that out to place this mega base in. So it took a long time to kind of get to this point, but finally the exterior of the mega base is done, and I'm ready to reveal the design lurking somewhere over there, which I will do. I don't want to keep you waiting for too long. At the same time, I do want to allow a little bit of time for other people to kind of get in as we start the stream. I'll probably start around in 2 minutes. We'll head over there and we'll reveal the mega base. It'll be pretty cool. Over there we've got Minecraft. Pretty sure that's Minecrafter's random thing. Stormy day starting. It'll be very cool though. I don't know about that line. The shaders are pretty excellent. Of course, we got our mega base. We got our XP farm over here for the Guardians. I don't know if I can see. I guess it probably doesn't spawn a lot of them while I'm right here. Six months. There's about 2 million blocks that I've had to remove. I'm including water in this because water blocks are actually pretty hard to remove. I just had to do it a little bit inside the base. It's not easy. The sponges are hard to come by. And you gotta go raid these ocean monuments to get them, which is a pain in the butt. You gotta fly around, find them, grab them. Yep, the reveal's almost here. Like I said, I'm just gonna let everyone get in soon. Yeah, be sure to like the video also. If you haven't subscribed, that'd be appreciated. I'll just plug that before I go forward with it, but I think everyone's in here has already liked the video, so I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, so I think it's time to reveal this ancient change the music here, so get this atmospheric going, and we'll go in to see this. Blessing, the dolphin's blessing here. Actually, I hope I can see it. I can't even see it. It's so dark. There we go. Here it is. My mega base. This is my Tyrannid mega base. Gosh, the shaders can't even handle it. It's so humongous. Massive. 2 million blocks removed. The outside of the base is 100,000 blocks placed to make this thing. And here it is. Made up of mostly white terracotta and black concrete, along with prying obsidian and regular obsidian. This is based off of Tyranofex design, emerging from the depths to wreak havoc upon the MineOSphere. Might be a little hard to see because of the shaders, but I'm going to, I'll be turning these off. I'll actually head over to my creative world to show you the whole thing in better view. I kind of like how it looks though, especially the head. With the shaders on, this sort of ominous, gaping maw. This is how you head into the base. This tongue sticking out. We should have a better vision inside. Of course, the inside itself is gigantic, but there's really nothing going on in here yet. I haven't had a chance to do the exterior. Or the interior, I should say. But this is just how massive the inside of the base is. I even have some skeleton horses here. This is probably my first base I've had that I can actually fly inside of it. I've been sure to light this up to avoid enemies spawning in here, deciding that they want to kill me or blow it up. This is the interior. So let's see. Let's go to the video settings. We're going to turn the shaders off so we can get a better look at what we're doing here. Back to game. The interior is something I'm going to be working on as like a sort of as I go. I could definitely fit an entire fighting arena. Here, this probably gives you a better total view of it. Actually, let me just go into here on the tongue here, and we'll hit switch to the free cam mode. Free cam has been enabled. This is the giant head of the Tyrannid. Got the scything talons here, rather than a rupture cannon. Got the 6 arms. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of terraforming. This is its hind legs, but I kind of want to make it look like. I guess I can't load the entirety of the back here. Let me get on on top. Recam can only go so far. It's pretty amazing I can't actually load all the chunks for my base just from one position. Here's me. Let me give you the sense of scale or how big this thing is. This is the entire base from the top view, all the way from the back to the front. Down here, this is that little dot. This thing was enormous to build. Kind of see it. Yeah, this thing looks so cool. I also like how that looks too. I'll have to move the. I'll have to do a lot of terraforming around it. Right now, the outside's a little plain, but I'm very happy I finally got this done. So let me go in. I'm going to show you the. I'm going to show you how it looks. Let me just change up the background music here. Get something a little bit. All right, we're going to head over to. This is my creative mode world. I'm going to show you the entire thing out of the water, so you can see how it looks. It's very hard. It's hard to see the entire thing underwater. Over here, you can see this was my original design, the turtle base, which I like. Of course, I haven't done as much work on it as the other base, but during the time, this was my original plan. But during the time of excavating it, since it took like months for me to actually dig the whole thing out, I started collecting Tyranids, and of course, Ryan started doing some like Warhammer themed builds on the MineOSphere. So I kind of had the idea, like, wait a second, I could just do, I could turn, this turtle, kind of like the idea of the shape, and make it into a giant Tyranid. I thought, wow, that's a really cool idea. So once I started doing that, I think the build really came together, and you can see how it ended up turning out. So I kind of, like I said, I kind of took a Tyranifex model. I kind of like used that as an inspiration. Got the giant head and the... Originally, this shell was supposed to be... let me see if I can... I'm not sure if I can load... one here. And I might have... Let's see. What is NID1? Schematic. It's currently disabled. Enable the rendering. This is the current... This is the original design. If I can move it here. Actually, no. This is my original Tyranid base. Stressing my PC out here. Sorry, it's a little laggy. Like I said, massive base. You know, don't want to race. This is kind of the first draft of the base. Go into the technical issues of it. I didn't make two of them. This is the second. This is just a schematic of the first version. And then I had to change the... I went and changed the... Place. Yeah, I should be able to place it. Do it. I redid the design on it because it was just... will it be able to handle... Place it. A second. Hotkeys. Oh, UM. That'll actually. If that'll actually. Doesn't want to do it. I know. Might be too big. Execute. That's weird. I should have played. Why is it keep playing? Not sure what's. Get my background music back. Which NID? It's based on a Tyrannophant. Loosely. It's not like a what? My I don't think it's gonna let me paste it. I don't know if it's too big or what. Change it just to M. Yeah, that. Oh, wait, that one. Just make it U. Let's see if that'll work. Big. Guess it won't. I guess it doesn't want to work. My apologies. It should let me paste it, but doesn't look like it's gonna work. Dang. Go paste schematic into. Oh, there we go. Oh boy. NID is a tyrannid. Yeah, they're from 40K. They're a species or a race from the game. Holy smoke. Oh. Oh. A little bit of lag there. We're going to load in. This is the first design that I had of the I essentially just changed. I mean, this is basically the shape is correct. It's just I ended up changing it once I saw the God, this is so much faster. I wish I could have done this in the MineOSphere, but I guess it wouldn't be survival at that point, so it's a lot less of a flex. There we go, there we go. Filling it in, filling it in. Almost done. The turtle, I ended up scrapping that design. I made it from scratch. The Tyrannid I made from scratch. I didn't, This was the original design. It's just, it looked really plain. And I noticed most of the, like I went to the schematic upload. Yeah. See the NID one. if I went to the schematic placement and looked at the material list, I noticed that like 100,000 of these blocks were kind of, or more than that, like 12, almost 1,100 or almost 1,200 of these blocks was just deep slate and white terracotta. So I went and I kind of redid it and made this black concrete obsidian, crying obsidian. I think it ended up looking a lot better with the recolor, because I mean this was all kind of plain, the first design, and then redoing the colors, I think it really made it pop. It ended up being, it was a lot harder to gather obsidian and crying obsidian, but it made it worth it, in my opinion. Once the whole thing's completed, really. Only shame of it being underwater is you can't see the whole thing as well, but at the same time, hey, Inquisition got bigger issues to deal with. This is high fleet Leviathan right here. High fleet Leviathan's coming after that golden throne. Wants to eat up the Emperor. I think Rupert Gilliman's got his hands full right now with this thing. My giant Tyrannosaurus. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I don't know if anyone here plays 40K, but I don't really actually play. I just collect the models. But the box that they came out with, the Leviathan box that they revealed, I'm hoping I can get my hands on one. But the new Tyranid models look absolutely sick. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Let me disable the rendering. Yeah, it's kind of, the coloring is kind of based off the high feet Leviathan. This is back to the thing. There's a lot of other work I have to do, like, if you can see, there's, like, it's all, right now, all the walls are straight, because I just dug down. Uh-oh. Got a guy with a trident. Try and stab me. Expert built. And then obviously the bottom is just plain deep slate that I just sort of filled in after I ran the World Eater tunnel bore. We got bone blocks in here for the sides. And I got to do some terraforming right here to kind of make it look like it's coming out of water. It does make it look creepier. So, like, atmospherically, I think it is cooler. I just, like, at the same time, I'm like, man, I like seeing it, though. It's harder to see the whole thing. It's almost hidden. But I guess, you know, if you go down here, you're kind of rewarded with the entire base. Got the sort of stacks. This was actually really hard to do, a lot of these shapes. Thankfully, I had the world edit tool to make these slopes. They have a thing called, like, I think it's called slopes, or I think that's what it's called. Or a curve tool. Like, you basically curves, and then it creates, like, you can create two curves, and then it creates, like, a connection in between it, which I used for a lot of these curved pieces, because it's really hard to get a decent, like, curve just doing it by hand. And of course, you know, kind of designing it, these fast world edit and voxel sniper was, like, huge to make this possible. It would just take forever to place these by hand. Well, I guess I should know, because I end up placing all these blocks by hand. It took me like 2 weeks. And I mean, like, a significant amount of time in those 2 weeks, too, to place all these blocks. Probably, like, 20 hours, I think. And, like, with everything done, all the stuff collected, I mean, total, maybe 30 to 40 hours to build this entire thing. But I also added an air entrance. So I also, down here. Whee! I love the fact I can fly in this base. It's so big. I've got so much room to work with to make I can make all sorts of Terminator veteran. Exactly. Ryan will have to build the Terminator veteran. A giant dreadnought build. I actually had I had opened this up and I had a skeleton trap show up underwater. I'll have to release the footage of a Titan. Exactly. You may need a Titan to fight this thing. It's so big. And this is the head. I think I'm gonna put my bed, kind of make this sort of like the main staging area. And then over here, I'm trying to think of the center area. It might have a mob farm. Ryan's already got a trading hall in his hive city. So I'll probably just use that. But put some other farms in here for stuff that I need. The interior, I'm also trying to think about what I want to do with it. Whether I want to make it kind of different in the inside or kind of keep like a more alien type of feel on the, like kind of like make it like a bunch of organic shapes, you know, like weird kind of tendrils in the inside, you know, like it's the inside of a creature. I'll have to think about that. Or just go with more a traditional like base type of design, like kind of like straight, you know, kind of segmented areas. There's a little bit to do. I did a lot of hollowing out and I wasn't like super symmetrical about it because I hollowed it out after I flipped it, because I originally only designed one half of it and then flipped and then pasted it. So they're both the same left and right, but when I hollowed it out, I was able to take out like almost 20,000 blocks that I wouldn't have to place. And it also gave me more areas, like there's an area underneath this that I could do some work with. I just wanted to give myself the maximum amount of it. Storage area on the inside where I could place stuff like bases or farms or, you know, like storage area. I'm thinking the center I might actually put a giant storage area with like an item sorter or something like that. Or I could potentially connect all the farms I have. And then, does my base have a name? No. I probably should think of a name. Right now I'm just calling it the turreted mega base. Maybe I'll just call it Leviathan. Since it is named, it is both gigantic underwater and the name of the hive fleet that it is. The colors are coloring is based off of. Super cool. I put the entrance to the overworld right here, so anyone that's visiting it has to kind of come in. I don't really want to put a portal on the inside of the base, because then it ends up being that you never actually see the no longer David's turtle. That was the code name for it. So you come in and then you have to go up into the maw of the Leviathan. Very cool. A high fleet Tyrannosaurus. Exactly. We'll have to make our own color scheme for our army, our turreted army. Boom inside. I have to make a staircase to go up to the head too. There's a lot of more work, but if season 3, that's gonna be my goal, is to get this this whole base kind of really ramp it up and make it look even better. Of course, and I want to kind of take this area and kind of make it more of a slope. Almost, you know, kind of maybe like a crater type of look. Like maybe not like a perfectly sloped, but almost like something like impacted in this area. And then, of course, over by where it's emerging. Because I don't know if you've ever seen a terrain effects. I don't know if I could show that too. Let me see. Terrain effects. Not sure if we could show those images. Let me see. Images. That. That was my introduction to 40K. And I really enjoyed playing that. They didn't have Tyranids in it, unfortunately. Or they might have added it at some point, but not during, I think, the based first game. And I didn't like the second game. They kind of changed a lot of stuff, but the terrain effects normally get skinnier, but I wanted the base to be kind of a domed shape. So I needed to kind of so I decided to kind of make it look like it was emerging from the ground. That way I could kind of keep the whole torso shape kind of flush to the ground. So the inside of itself would be more like a dome. Of course, I grew this kelp here because it creates source blocks from water. I had to fill in all of these areas since they were actually air on the side where this wasn't growing. I gotta do a lot of work here. We're gonna make this look like he's emerging from the ground. Kind of knock down these walls, knock down these walls. There's gonna be a gigantic, which I really don't like terraforming at this scale, but I'm hoping I'm gonna be a little bit better at it. So listen. Oh, I've never listened to Arc Warhammer. I'll have to check that channel out. I mostly listen to Luton. Like 07 or something like that. It's Star Troopers. Nah, I mean it like that. StarCraft. They both kind of seem a little bit inspired by 40K. I guess this is kind of like more of a generic trope at this point. You know, sort of like Marines versus aliens. I don't know if I can really call it 40K specifically. Like, you know, fantasy is kind of a... Those Marines have more of a modern feel anyway. Like, I heard some people like describe 40K as more fantasy than science fiction, which is like dark fantasy, which is kind of true because it leans a lot more into the like kind of like religious themes, you know, magic. Like essentially psychic powers are essentially magic. I'm not sure what Major Kill is. On the Siege of Varax. I'm not sure what the Siege of Varax was. Not familiar with that incident in 40K. I can't believe you can get 30 or 40 episodes off that. Was it based off like a novel? There it is, man. This, I love looking at it. I also really love the way the head turned out. I think that was really cool. It took me a long time to kind of design the head. get these features done. But ended up turning out really well. Had like a nice profile view to it. Very cool. That is the base right here. I kind of actually like did the coloring similar to how I would do like a model. It's basically German World War I stormtroopers in a 40K setting. Oh, was it like the what are they called? The Death Guard, or the Krieg Death Corps. The guys in 40K wield swords and use psychic. And then the Stormcast, Eternals, and AOS are just medieval space marines. So yeah. Oh, Age of Sigmar, yeah. The lines get blurred, yeah. Hello, Bouge. Death Stars. This is Tyrion. I've seen like Age of Sigmar. Like I noticed how like people will use a lot of the Age of Sigmar models and like kind of cut them up. Add some stuff and make like 40K like orcs. A lot of the orcs seem like you can yeah, exactly. The Death Corps of Krieg, yeah. The Death Guard, yeah, is Marine. Of course they're guardsmen, so it's like kind of confusing. The Death Corps of Krieg are the Imperial Guard, or the Astra Militarum. Oh, there's so much work to do inside. I gotta move all that stuff from up top into here. All right, so no Death Guard or Corpse. Oh, Grey Knights. Okay, so it was the Grey Knights fighting chaos. So shovels. I do like the flavor of the Death Corps of Krieg. Kind of like creepy. Some like say they're like just clones of one of the original leaders of the Death Corps. Kind of like Imperialist stormtroopers. They're just all clones of the same guy, and like they have like zero fear of death. That really creepy backstory, but I mean, very cool designs. It is kind of like, you know, like World War I German like soldiers, you know, with the gas masks and everything. Like the big long coats. I have to moving all of this like stuff into my base is gonna be a pain in the ass. Of course, making a storage area that's big enough to house every single one of them. All of this is gonna be also a pain. I may actually just put on a side area for like some of the bigger stuff, like all of my like cobblestone, deep slate, stone. I end up having a lot of double chests that are just full of cobblestone and random stuff, gravel. Not all these are full because I've slowly been picking away at it, but I do have to move a lot of stuff. Thankfully, I have a lot of shulker boxes on here. Thanks to Tom Canuck for his kind contribution of the shulker farm. He put in a lot of work to get that going, so I don't have to. I greatly appreciate that. The true hero to me, especially during this job where I had to move massive amounts of massive amounts of material. Yeah, I don't want to keep my sponges in an area. I want to clean out my inventory because I slowly have to move all of this inventory into an Imperial Guard from Krieg is called the Death. Oh, it is called the Death Guard. Or I thought it was called the Death Corps. That is the majority of troops in the siege of Varax. Oh, cool. But then again, there might be some difference in translations, too. Well, I'll leave that there. I gotta move all this stuff so I stop going up top. Not to mention it kind of looks a little bit weird to have like this random thing above it and then the base below it. I want to clear up the ocean area so it doesn't interfere with the view. Because I've been seeing a lot about the 10th edition coming out. And it looks pretty exciting. I don't know if I'll start playing in 10, because they seem like they really wanted to. They went hard to kind of simplify the rules. Which, if they can like make the game shorter, I mean, that would definitely be appreciated. Because I don't know if I want to like. I don't know if I gonna play a 4-hour game or something. I think each game takes a few hours. There's a Death Corpse. Different authors in 40k don't make the lore exactly. Well, I've had like some guys kind of tell you that the lore being inconsistent is part of the lore. It's like, oh yeah, it's the Imperium is really bad at record keeping, so there's no like actual retconning. It's just confusion over the millennia of its history. It's sort of like an aging, dying empire that can't keep all its stuff together, slowly in decay from the Golden Age. So, grab all the stone here. We're looking. It's a Krieg, Death Corps, Chaos, Death Guard. Yeah. The Death Guard look really creepy. I really like Mortarian's figure. It's kind of like a weird, like, a blighted angel looking thing. But the Death Guard itself with like, like guts hanging out of them are like really weird looking. They're very creepy and kind of gross. I mean, they do a good job with the design. But they're intended to be. I don't know if I'd play them. Not really my thing. Like plague marines. They did well with theming them. That's for sure. Move all the stone here. Exciting. Now it's time for the exciting gameplay that comes with. There's so much. The thing with these mega base builds, there's just so much prep and item. I mean, I'm glad that it's that the large part of it's done. But, and this was a whole there's like a whole different level of thinking that's needed to make something on this scale. It's pretty interesting. Like from a gameplay perspective, like playing the game, like you really have to kind of change the way you approach it. Like stuff that automating the processes, like the sort of like automatic world eaters, and that kind of stuff, and like the amount of prep you have to do for them normally like wouldn't be worth it. But once you do stuff on the scale, it actually really is. It's like you maybe you need like 20 hours to prep like a world eater properly. But you know, that 20 hours are gonna save you like 5 times the amount of time than just doing it manually. So putting in that initial investment of time ends up paying off so much when you have to remove like I said, like almost 2 million blocks to prep this area. Of course, you know, with this being underwater, really wasn't an ideal place to build something of this size, since you have to deal with a lot of water and it's hard to remove it, especially on a mass scale like this. That is kind of one thing that kind of tripped me up in the excavation process. A lot of people seem to think the Death Guard is some of the best. They really are a great design. Like, I don't particularly like the way. I mean, they're gross, and that's, you know, what they're intended to be. They did do a good job of it. I will say the designs themselves. I respect the designs they have. Kind of like Nurgles. But I think it was which the Chaos. I haven't really seen a lot of Slanesh. Like, I've seen Khorne just got their thing. They're sort of like world eaters done. Seen Nurgle, you know, the Death Guard, a lot of them. I don't think Slanesh has really gotten his stuff. I don't think they've gotten a Primarch or like a particular thing done. And of course, let's see, what's the other one? Oh, the Thousand Sons are. Shoot, I'm blanking on the other Chaos God's name right now. The big bird guy. I like Black Tempers myself for some reason. Black Templar. They do have a cool design that's sort of like black and white. Tanesh. I don't know how you pronounce that. The sad thing is I've like heard people pronounce it, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But yeah, I guess he always gets forgotten. More the cryptic one. But I think he's involved with 1,000 Sons. I don't know if that's like his, that's like probably his best known legion associated with him. Oh yeah, the Malice or whatever he's called. I don't know. Wonder how that would work. Balance. Next have you seen in Age of Sigmar, they had like a race of dinosaurs. I saw some of those models and thought, man, that looks really freaking cool. I don't know if they'll add that to 40K, but oh, those dinosaur dudes look really neat. Kind of makes me wanna get some of those models. But they weren't so expensive before. Mish, yeah, the 5th Chaos God. So much cobblestone. Like, there's so much cobblestone that I didn't collect. I just, blew up. Oh, there's Mr. Stone. Has come in to join the fun. Probably gonna work on his hive city. Get that going. I can't help that. Can't help it. I can't help myself. It's It's definitely a sickness, I think. Honestly, if it's like one of those things, like if I knew how much of a pain in the ass this project would have been, it's almost like I wouldn't have wanted to start it in the first place. I deluded myself into thinking, oh yeah, this won't be that hard. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh god. Like halfway through I'm like, god, this is awful. Why did I do this? Why did I agree to build it underwater? Then you get through it and you're like, oh, I can't stop it. I must complete it. No matter what. Alright. Ryan's busy making books that, like, of actual value. While I'm making bases. Minecraft bases for myself. It does look good though. I like seeing it from above water. I almost wonder if I should I kind of thought about do I put, frog lights? I get the purple ones don't glow as much. The things slightly glow, the frying obsidian, but you can't really see it that well. Like even if I go like a shader. Let me put on a shader for a second. Shaders. I like the BSO ones Ryan told me about with the, you can kind of get the cell shaded by putting the black outlines on it. That looks really cool. Kind of seeing the glowingness, but the crying obsidian doesn't really glow as noticeably with this. I also like how kind of fluorescent purple the purple concrete is. Ends up looking really good. Sad, but yeah, it's better than prison. Time better spent than being in prison. That is true. There's always something else you could point to it's a bigger waste of time. Going to prison. You can't even see with this one. You have to kind of go under the water. That looks really nice. Kind of like a creepy glow. It's so cool. I really need to update my graphics card at some point. Free Stedman. Way better than invading the capital. Ryan's got a hive city over here that he's been working on. It's actually, I really like the way he did the spiral. It kind of reminds me of his old lighthouse build. He's slowly been working on it over here with the massive. It is on a different scale from the other buildings, that's for sure. Kind of extends into the other biome too. The water changes color halfway through. No, the inside is not full. No. Nope. That's going to be my project for season 3. Yes, and he's got the roof. He also got a million guys in here apparently. Oh, landing perfect. The inside of this. He's got the real Hive City feel by just having people in these sort of cubicles. Oh, this guy actually has a job. Get in the hole. And then we'll zombify him. Uh-oh. I like this. This definitely has the Hive City feel in it. Servitors aplenty, exactly. Guru lives matter. Absolutely. His only crime was caring too much. I was a little worried about putting the pink, like the fins on top, but I think I like the way that looked. Once I move this massive amount of... Very constricted to get around. That actually works perfectly with the feel of the claustrophobic Hive City. Sort of urban hellscape. Alright, let's go. I get all this stuff removed, put into place. I'll move here. This will be my base of operations from now on. I also kind of want to think about putting I need to get some soul sand so I can kind of like make it something that'll like bring me down faster. Got random squids and drowns swimming around the base. Like in its entire own little ecosystem. They don't know the jump. Well, when you're doing it for clout, you can, for internet clout, everything's the Jumbotron. They don't know any better. It's like... They wouldn't have been doing it in the first place if they weren't trying to get a online point. Kind of the sickness of the whole thing. Dang, I should have placed my stuff over here. I think it's like these are all the full chests. Empty chests are over here. Loads and loads of copper. I actually also have they're a good place to do this. Down here I can also work with this area. This is where the World Eater I ran, you know, that 3D quarry from Ray Works. So there's also like I could clear this this water out if I needed more space for some reason. I also have this as an option. I have a basement that I can work with. That wouldn't require too much work on my part. So I can go below it and have a basement area for projects as well. Kind of an added benefit. Build all these up. I need even more space. I should have some empty ones down here. I know it. Walls of power did. That's illegal. It's illegal in jail to have 48 laws of power. Don't want the prisoners to become too powerful. Or banned in some jails, I should say. Actually, before I do this, I'm going to place this block back so I don't fall through it. Because that will definitely happen at some point if I don't. Even though I'm probably going to move all this stuff again once I get the a item sorter going. That might have to be the first thing I make is an item sorter. But still, I don't even quite know what I want to do with the interior of this still. So it's like, 'Cause I definitely need to redo these floors. These floors look awful. I just put in the frog lights to kind of stop stuff from spawning. Like, it doesn't stop the slimes from spawning, but it does seem to kind of limit it. I'll have to do something, like some sort of pattern. Like maybe, because if I can stop the big ones from spawning, like if I place like carpet around here, I think it would stop a lot of... It wouldn't stop it completely, but it would reduce it a lot. That's one of the downsides. There's a few slime chunks in this area. So I need to get rid of them. Or, at least stop, random spot slimes from getting in. Having a relatively safe place to AFK at. If I need to. I'm not sure when 1.20 should be around the corner, so it's not going to be long until they actually put it out. And then I don't know how long it's going to take for the mods to get updated. I hope like replay mod will be done. Or Optifine. I don't think the big ones I use. I like FreeCam and MiniHUD. They might take a little longer to get updated. But hopefully at least replay mod. That's really nice for video making. The Lightmatica, for sure. I need Lightmatica. It's my crutch for building. I'm gonna label these things. I think all of these are empty. Put a... Yeah. Well, no. This is my marker. I know where to start putting stuff in. Down. season 3 proper. I can be making, be doing interior design work. I'll have to look at the options. I think there's some... There's some stuff for, here it is. I need the like the life fleets, yeah, or giant bio ships. They got giant ships that they kind of the hive ship. Interior. Kind of ugly looking stuff. I'm just looking at some of these pictures. Let me switch over to Webby. That's what I have to kind of think about and decide. I think it'd be a lot easier to go with more of a traditional style interior. A little easier to design. I don't think it'd be bad either to like have it contrast like that, because sometimes that can be kind of cool. Or it looks like one way on the inside, then on the or on the outside, but then on the inside it kind of has a different feel to it. But it might be cooler to keep like the kind of same theme, like an alien style ship. Question is like, will I have like enough stuff to do it with? Because like, if we go like, there's a lot of components that you can kind of put into an interior, like the blocks that Minecraft gives you. Make interior designs are more kind of based around regular buildings. There might be a little more creativity needed to make like an alien style interior. Skeleton horse neighing. Should I go the top entrance? Maybe. Actually takes 2 rockets just to get out of the top of the interior. Fly over here. Wahaha. Man, I'm so tired of drowned. Honestly, I've had to deal with so many drowned lately, and there's no way to like stop them from spawning underwater. There's like a constant pain. They're not really that dangerous unless they have a trident with them. They're just like always there. I too shot him. So it's like constantly coming to harass me while I was building this. You can see why people go through the trouble of making like mob switches on their servers after having to deal with them. I don't even want to think about how long this took me to make. The amount of hours that this took. I'm not even sure how I'd estimate it. Since it's like also based on the time I spent designing it, the time I spent excavating it. Let me change up the, I'm changing. Let's go back to my blues. When did all this get removed? So I use Artlist for my stuff, but I don't know if Endemic Sounds has a better website, but sometimes this website is just pain in the ass. There we go. This is more my style. Ryan's busy on the Xbox. Ah, bastard. Just saw his message on Twitter. Get away from me. I may have to find different music too. But like, I don't know if it's very thematic for the for like an alien base, but it worked well for the swamp base. And I personally find it a lot more fun, a little more upbeat. Actually, I still got something a little bit. There we go, a little bit calmer, more my style. Maybe some classical music. Let's work on nice lazy Sunday. Working on the bass. I still like looking at it. Maybe that feeling of self-satisfaction is the real reward. think this will be more efficient than just moving everything at a giant ball of stuff. Doing it based off a block type, but I could be wrong. Could 100% be wrong. How about I think just move all the blocks. You never know when you're gonna need 8 double chests worth of cobblestone. Maybe Gray, we need to make something that's kind of gray at some point. I haven't had a chance to play a bit of Tears of the Kingdom. I was thinking about playing it on Saturday, but I played that one time on Sunday. I haven't done it ever since. I've been too busy, like, trying to prep this stuff for the reveal. Now it's done. Maybe now then I can kind of, like, slow down a little bit on it. Play some other games as well. I'm hoping, like, this is, like, kind of slow into bigger projects. Or, you know, kind of slow down into smaller projects. Where it's like, oh, here's a little like mob farm, you know. Here's an item sorter. Hopefully not everything will stay at this scale. You can, like, kind of slow down on smaller scale stuff. I can't handle the too much of this big stuff. This isn't Hermitcraft. Actually, Ryan showed me a nice video about like a smaller server problems, or, you know, smaller server kind of like how it's different than stuff like Hermitcraft, where, you know, people are playing a lot less, and you know, they kind of like cross promotion becomes a lot more important than it does on, like, a big scale thing like Hermitcraft. Obviously, they have, you know, they have millions of views regardless of what they do, and of course they probably have, like, a lot of, like, outside help too. That was a kind of a fun, interesting video. One guy actually makes some really nice stuff too. I really like the level of detail he puts into his exteriors. Or, like, he's got, like, a lot of, like, detail on, like, the walls, the reliefs. You can definitely tell there was a lot of effort put into it. I don't know how old that world is too. But it clearly took a lot of time. We're in. I definitely, with the interior, I want to kind of keep the center area open so you still get a sense of the scale. But, like, I do kind of want to work in, like, rooms and walls. And obviously, like, different levels to it. You kind of have a little bit of a shelf right here where you could do stuff, but probably not enough. But, you know, I can kind of build this out and make it, like, I think you could fit in, like, 2 or 3 floors here. And, like, maybe some pillars, like a giant. That would kind of make it look cool too. Really like the way this kind of, like, wavy design turned out too. Got an open area. The rain kind of comes down right in this spot, which isn't a bad thing. Open air. Kind of like the inside of the ribs. Also, never dug out that area. There's, like, a few places where you can have, like, little rooms, which are like this is like where the leg comes out. You could have play stuff here if you wanted to. But I don't know what I would do with this room. I can also dig that out to allow some space for that too. Put this stuff. Not here. That's covered. Pull all that stuff out and move in. Do season 3 base. I was watching. I keep seeing that Dove commercial about the video games. I don't know if you guys saw it, where it's like, you know, this lady, all like CGI. This lady's like some like fit video game female character. She takes off her armor, and all of a sudden she's fat. She's like just like the armor itself was keeping her fat rolls in place. Kind of like spills out and like starts lounging around in her dressing room. And like she's like, man, I'm so beautiful without this armor. I wish. You know, she's like staring longingly at herself. Like, oh, if only these damn males didn't want sexy characters. And then like she finally gets the confidence to just be herself and go out there as a fat piece of lard and fight the bosses. Like, oh, thank goodness. Like, video games, or women feel underrepresented in video games. Oh, how terrible. Actually, it does make me wonder, because I had like, you know, it's not something guys really care about, but I do actually wonder if women, like, want to see themselves, or like want to self-insert themselves more than men into video games. If that's, you know, something to do with like solicism. Yeah, it is a dumb hat. But hey, that's they got an agenda to push, so they're gonna do it. I don't think most people want that video game characters. At least, you know, as like a main character to attract people to the game. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe some tend to enjoy that more. I myself have never really wanted to do that. Or, you know, don't really feel as strongly the need to make sure it represents me. Yeah, exactly. I prefer sexy characters as well. Like, even like the silent protagonists like Legend of Zelda or Mario, you sort of like become the character itself. And I've always liked that trope. I think Wario does. I mean, Mario's kind of chubby too. Not quite as much as Wario. But definitely. Even like with men, like, Wario is a comedy character too. So it's like... And if you tried to make like a fat female comedy character, like, there was like a game called, I think, Fat Princess or something like that. I don't think the people that made that Dove ad would be all that happy about that. Well, it's hard to get through there. So that's usually what the, you know, fatter male characters, even though they're still like heroes in a way. They're also not like taken like seriously. Of course, at the same time, for like a guy to be strong, he can still be pretty fat, like a power lifter style shape, and still be pretty powerful. But it's less important, I think, for men than it is for women. There we go. Here's my cobblestone. So much cobblestone. Brian, if Ryan ever needs cobblestone, he's free to take it. Free to make a entire hive planet with this cobblestone. Use some urban straw. I don't think either way the interior for my base is gonna have. Maybe I need to like try and think about how I could work in a gray cobblestone into this build. Because holy crap, I've got enough of it. The idea of more resource gathering kind of makes me cringe. It took me forever to get that obsidian. Like I had to. Well, thankfully, Greenlight made that bartering farm, and that saved a lot of obsidian gathering because I could just AFK there. I can AFK to get the gold, and then AFK to get the obsidian. And then I always like, the other thing I like about that ad is like, they've got to throw in, like I don't actually think they give a shit about people in wheelchairs, but they have to throw that in. Want to hate your life? Refuse to use any stone or a cobble in your base from now on. Hey, it is easy to. I know it's super easy to get stone and cobblestone. They're very common. Like I've seen a lot of people only mango honey box and copper ore block. Copper ore is bad, and I feel bad for the people that, like, I've seen some base, especially on like Hermitcraft, where they're using a lot of copper, especially like aged copper. That seems like a pain in the ass to get. I do have a decent amount of copper. It's like a really nice green color. But holy smokes, the level of effort to collect this stuff is such a pain. I guess you could kind of automate copper if you made a drown farm. But those don't seem like super effective at getting copper. Actually, I think time to make Graynite Mega Base from cobblestone. Exactly. It'd just be like giant grayness all day. Just make monotone. Super monotone gray bases. That's all I'm gonna do from now on. Gonna be a Jack Napier inspired base design. One color's all you need. But anyway, like I was saying, like whenever they're talking about representation, they want to throw people in wheelchairs in it too. Like just to kind of give you that moral superiority. Like we need representation. It's not just us badasses that don't want to get to the gym. It's also people in wheelchairs. Look at this. Look at this person in a wheelchair. Look how sad that is. They need representation. Along with us, morbidly obese land whales. actually knew a guy that played, that was in a wheelchair. I guess I met him through our video game club. A cool guy. Like, he didn't really care. Didn't really care that much about the wheelchair thing. I think he actually was paralyzed in an accident. One of the funniest things is some Karen, we were going out to eat somewhere. Like, we stop, like both me and my friend that I was with at the time, we get out. He was driving us. We get out of the car, and then this lady comes up and like starts saying like, "You can't be parking there. You're not disabled." And then our buddy like pulls his wheelchair out of the car, places it next to the car, you know, and just gets out and then just, you know, gets in it and just looks at her. And she didn't say a damn thing. She just like walked away. It was the funniest thing in the world. Just immediately shut up and just left. Oh, it was hilarious. Always these Karens. Gotta look out for can't mind their own business. You can't park here. You're not disabled. He gets out. He can't move his legs. Some of these ladies, very, very unhappy. Just unhappy people. Flex their moral superiority at you. I'm gonna need more chests. Ooh. I hate. Yes, I had a bunch of chests too somewhere. I don't remember where I put them. I think I had some extra. Chests that are like one of the things that, like, you didn't think you need as much as you always end up needing. Storage space has become such a priority. Chest somewhere. A lot of empty space here too. Stuff in. Fill this up. Guess not. Find. Gonna have to find my. Also, I need to find my wood. I know I had some wood here. So disorganized at the moment. I have to to work on that too. Organization, like so far, has like just been like get it done, get it done. I don't worry about cleaning it up afterward. Of course, now it's afterwards. So. I'll probably do a lot of that off screen rather than on. But I think I actually have it upstairs. It'd be interesting. I've seen some people make bases where they use soul sand because then they can have like soul speed on their boots and you can move around really fast in your base. And they do that to make like they put carpet over it, but like it kind of like makes like a fast track, almost like a people mover, you know? That's an interesting idea that I might want to try. Let's see. Yeah. Where we got some wood. Here we are. We got wood. I'll just make it all. Make it all. Yes, 32. To get us. I need to make sure I don't get lazy and don't get lazy and try and go through the top all the time. You gotta show off the base as much as possible. If you're gonna be watching my videos from now, I'm gonna make sure to like have like some sort of a. I need to make like a video where like this like does like a 360 around it, so I can constantly use this as a transition. Every time I show up, it shows off the base. Gotta get my time's worth out of it. Gotta get that return on investment. Inside we go. I don't wonder if you end up spending more time inside a base than you do outside of it. An interesting thing to think about. I'll have to put in a lot of effort into the interior as well. I need to like work that into the journey of the season. Always kind of interesting to think about how to present the stuff. Outside will be the big reveal, but the inside is kind of like the journey of base completion. I need to get a saddle for one of these horses so I can use them. I can just ride around on the horse. I think I have a saddle too somewhere. Somewhere in all of this junk. Get off it. Okay. My skeleton horse. They don't drown, which is an interesting fact. Skeleton horses can't die from drowning. They don't need to breathe. There we go. Put the frog legs in the scaffolding. Skeleton horse. Also, I'm gonna replace this. I tried to make it look okay, but I definitely need to replace this. This is obviously not a great staircase. It's decent. Has like 2 different blocks, but you know, there's no detail to it. There's no block differentiation. We'll definitely make something grander for the entrance to fit the outside of here. I love the tongue. I don't know if you saw the terrain effects. Terrain effects. Oh wait, switch over the web again. There's certain things I just like the way it turned out. The tongues of like the giant tongue coming out. That kind of becomes like the staircase to it. Hey, Marty, what's going on? Mega base, baby. Exactly. It is here, man. My mega base. Everything I do is mega, absolutely. There's no small thing here. It's all mega. Take it to the limit. Gobble deep slate. It's apparently very hard to get. Like, I've seen people make up these weird creations to using like withers and stuff to farm it. Sure, Mike. You do that. You do that. Get in on the MineOSphere. Yeah, make your mega, your racist mega base. That underground bunker that you keep talking about. Deep within the catacombs of the MineOSphere. It's Martin in his secret racist mega base. Apparently, I don't know if you've seen any of the online discourse. Apparently, Tyranids are racist too. There's some of these people like. It's one of the worst things. Some of these people are just like mentally ill. Like Tyranids, some guy was saying Tyranids were represent Jewish people because I guess they go around and devour everything. That it's some sort of like Jewish stereotype. It's mega made. Exactly. Mass suicide. the Jewish, I guess, you know, like all-consuming, like a race of bug people that devour every world and then leave is somehow a Jewish stereotype. And of course, the Imperium is like, you know, them being some sort of like super fascist nation that destroys them is, I guess, akin to Nazis. It's just insane. I mean, these people are like cancerous to any sort of fandom. But like, you constantly find them on Twitter. I mean, there's people like saying like Dracula was some sort of, which he might have been, like some sort of trope for Jewish people, like, you know, like a vampire, part of like a ancient secret society that, you know, consumes women, like young women, which I think was an actual trope back in the day for Jewish people, like in a kind of like a rich Jewish owner, like business owners, like going after young. Like German women. Good-looking German women. But they kind of like move it over to 40K. And of course, you know, nobody like actually like watched Dracula actually thought that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's, well, like when you view everything through like the identity politics lens, you like see everything as you see offense in everything, so that's part of like, that's how they're taught to do though. Like you gotta like go see everything through that lens. To the point where it's just like insane. Legitimate mental illness. He would eat black people. Damn him. I wanted to make a race called the Taurinids. Very, very kosher though. They only consume kosher space marine. I actually really liked it. I don't know if you ever read the novel Dracula, but I really enjoyed it. There was an audiobook. There's some really nice audiobooks, like those really classic books that are like well performed on Audible. It was very enjoyable. Originally to be set with a Strian countess instead of a Romanian male one. And Van Helsing is inspired by a Jewish Vietnamese doctor. Oh. Because I know they did have a female character, you know, that's kind of like a Romanian male one. I don't know if it'd have the same pop, though, you know, as like a monster, you know, that kind of feeds on young women. I don't think it'd have this. I don't know if it'd be the same, quite as sexy. Oh, exactly. Well, they don't want to weed out racism. They want to find it everywhere and kind of make themselves feel special. Like, if racism was gone, there'd be nothing. I guess that's one of the weird, kind of like, almost like they have like a parasitic relationship with it. Like they need it. They need to feed off of it in order to feed their egos or their sense of self-worth. He changed his mind, or I think it was for the better. I mean, I kind of like the idea of, like, you know, when they go to kill, I forget what her name was. They go to kill her, like, they have a hard time doing it. They're like, kind of like enchanted by her beauty. It makes it really hard to stab her through the chest with a stake. It was a good moment of the movie. Or the book, I should say. I definitely think Dracula works better as a male character. Like a creeping terror, you know, from old times. Like an old warlord, you know, like a mortal warlord that still consumes and terrorizes the land at night. The whole thing has like a nice build-up. But yeah, exactly. They gotta give themselves a purpose. I don't know if I've seen the Coppola movie. To watch it. I don't like the fact that the only American in it, well, I guess I'll just spoil it since it's a million years old. The only American in it dies. Like, what's the deal with that? Kind of racist. These little slimes always going around causing trouble. I like the stuff like freely roaming around. Just a random skeleton horde walking around. There's a Chessie. Here we go. Cobblestone in there. Weren't made for America. Ah, they're made for China now. In my opinion. Oh. Alright. Get out of the way, horse. We're trying to open chests. I think that's what a lot of these Disney movies are banking on. These like remakes. Well, I don't think The Little Mermaid's going to do well in China. Just a feeling. Just a feeling. Not implying anything about the Chinese people, but I just have a feeling Little Mermaid remake's not going to do as well in China. Outside the setting, the movie glider reflects far more on the U.S. political system than a Roman aristocrat. I haven't watched Gladiator in so long. Probably true, though. You gotta, like, relate it to... Or the average American's not gonna understand what the hell the Roman Senate was like. Gotta make it relatable somehow. close to 12. It rains a lot here lately. I don't know why. Didn't feel like it rained that much before, but since we're reaching the end of our time, we do another tour of the base. Here it is, man. Can't even load in all the chunks. The massiveness of this mega base. Let's go. Actually, let's put on a shader here. It's video settings, shaders. I think the Matrix Ultra Fast has a pretty good visibility underwater. Take a look at this beautiful face. Giant leg at the top of the shell with the vents. Through the legs. Yeah, flattened DNA. More of an organic shape. I think they're like vents for the monster. I don't know why. Of course, if you go into it, you can kind of that removes the kind of glare from the water. Got a very, very cool the way this kind of like glows in this shader pack. Of course, you can't see anything outside of the. There it is, mega big. The shaders. Leaders of the Res Publica. That's what Augustine figured out. I was a theater of the Res Publica. That's what Augustine figured out after 100 years of Roman Civil War. Kind of figure out the modern society. Stepping stone to a more civilized existence. Oh. Can't load the back. There we go. So big it has a hard time loading the entire thing. That is the size and scale of a true mega base. Probably like an ultra mega base. I don't know if there's really qualifications attached to what makes a mega base. Does the mod put the bricks in as well? No. Lightmatica won't, it can if you have, like, server permissions. But, if this base was done in survival. I designed the base in creative mode. But, like, collecting and placing all the blocks was done manually. Every single one of the, like, 99,000 blocks I had to place done by hand. And what defines a mega base? Reddit has the answers. Takes over 2 hours of flattening terrain. Oh god. Takes 6 hours to clear that. Joe agrees it's a mega base. Reddit is terrible Reddit doesn't seem to have any answer on this. $500 by 500. Actually, I don't think this is 500 by 500. This is like no, that's not lag. I just hold tabbed. I think this actual thing is like size is like 200 by like 150. Yeah, man. This was definitely a colossal effort. I think by any definition this qualifies as a mega base. That's an insane effort. Insane level of effort to place it in. But that's it for the stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you haven't, be sure to like the video. I'll probably have some videos about the mega base coming out this week. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week as far as streams. May stream. I want to try and get Tears of the Kingdom streaming in there somewhere, so we'll see. Exactly. Can't trust Reddit. Damn. There it is. Leave you with the dot of the base. So guys, hope you enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you later. See you next time on Friday for the T-Rex stream. Of course, we'll be back here next Sunday as well. Bye for now.